Yeah, we plan on building on the foundation that we started last year and the year prior, and just continuing to build one of the best offenses in the league. We feel like we can do that.
American football is a competitive and physical sport, which, besides other things, means it has its fair share of people who don't follow general ideals. These are people who have been through rough patches in their life and sort of bear a scar from it. Darren Waller is one of these people, and unlike most, he has continued to grow and get better and better over time. Yes, he has arguably had the craziest ups and downs in life and career than anyone else in the NFL. His journey to getting to his current status is at least as impressive as his play on the field, if not more. Over the years, we've seen Waller and how he's been deployed under Jon Gruden's offense in multiple ways. The youngster, who is becoming quite a phenomenon, has established himself well enough in the league as one of its top 2 tight ends. For a fact, the only other player that has had more receiving yards than him since 2019 is Travis Kelce. And I might add that gap between him and the third player is not close. So what exactly is it with this guy and his NFL potential that sets him apart? This is the truth we'll be discussing in today's video. Make sure to leave a like on this video if you're a fan of Darren Waller, and if you would like to join this month's giveaway of a brand new iPhone 11, then all you have to do is subscribe to the channel and watch this video until the end to find and comment the hidden message. Good luck! In the previous season, this tremendous tight end was given the nod in the first Pro Bowl. This came after he pulled in a franchise record of 107 catches in 1,200 yards. When you do this for a team with big question marks on its wideouts, then the American football pundits had to sit down and take notice. It might be hard to see, but Darren Waller is the total package. This youngster can play whatever, and that is why he is among the best even now. Also, this is a man who was quite unstable, so predicting how he would turn out was difficult. However, at this level in his career, I think it's safe to say Waller has definitely outperformed expectations. Waller, when he started in the 2015-16 season, played for the Baltimore Ravens, and he was a player with potential. However, he was dealing with an addiction problem that both included alcohol and drugs. Being consumed by the desire to get high constantly, he was on the brink of oblivion. During a recent sit-down with one of his former teammates at the Ravens, the tight end man revealed that his addiction started way back in high school. He also stated that he merely came to punch in and collect a check during the early years. As you would expect, such habits would spiral into his game and cause problems for both team and player, and it did. In 2016, Waller got suspended by the NFL due to police violations concerning substance abuse. This happened so quickly, it was pretty amazing. I mean, this happened in the first 4 games of that season. With that, one can expect that things would soon spiral out of control, and it happened the following year when the star got hit with a year-long suspension. Now, one would think at this point it was time for him to sit up and really define and readdress his life. But even then, the players seemed to be relieved. As a teammate recalled, Darren believed that it was better if the NFL ended his career because if he did, it would make him look like a quitter. In a short span of time, our star tight end hit rock bottom. That same year in a preseason game, Waller overdosed on prescription pills and was unconscious for hours in his own car. Unknown to him, the said prescription pills had been laced with fentanyl. Well, just to get an idea of how that feels, Waller later described that moment as the closest he had been to dying. Well, as they say, there's nowhere to go from down but up, and that was what happened. First, he admitted himself into an addiction recovery program, spending 30 days to shape up both physically and mentally. When Waller was through with the program, the youngster was in a better headspace than he had ever been before. Then, by 2018, the league reinstated Waller, which presented him with the opportunity he needed to show his worth and flourish as a football player. First, he went back to the Baltimore Ravens practice squad before later signing for the Raiders. During that season, our star had just 6 receptions for 75 yards. Definitely not much, but for a man coming from where he had been, it was something. And with his well-developed appreciation for life and motivation, it was apparent to anyone who wanted to see that he was going to be big. So, Waller started the 2019 season in an all-guns blazing fashion, placing his team, the Raiders, in the highest major receiving categories. That happened in the season's first quarter. Hence, seeing that he had invested in recreating himself, it was easier for the Raiders management to also invest in him, thereby offering him a 4-year extension. Well, without being too optimistic, after seeing the record and display from our superstar in the past 2 seasons, it isn't unimaginable to see him getting into the Hall of Fame. I mean, this guy has had an overall of 197 catches in 2019 to 2020. This is the second highest number of catches from the last 2 seasons by any player in his position. The only other person doing such numbers is Chiefs star player Travis Kelce, who was also given the nod for HOF. At this stage in his career, Waller, alongside players like George Kittle and Kelce, are the top trio in the league as far as tight ends are concerned. Remember that Darren Waller recorded 18 receptions in the league from 2015 to 2018. Well, right now, the fantastic tight end has as much as 215 career catches in 2,519 yards, along with 14 touchdown catches. As stated in a report by Pro Football Reference, on average, the tight end players in the HOF, who are 9, recorded 52 touchdowns and 588 catches in 7,656 yards. So you can see that there's a lot of work to do, but also consider that the bulk of his current record all happened within 2 years. Going into the new season, and in the mental and physical state that he's been so far, I think the man will be unstoppable this season. As for the Raiders franchise, it's always great when its legends get into the Hall of Fame. A while back, we saw Tom Flores and Charles Woodson enter it, and more players are expected to go down that path. Arguably, the most exciting person on that path right now is Darren Waller, who's currently the best footballer in his team going into the 2021 season. Probably the biggest issue that can hinder his HOF candidacy is the fact that he started late. Coming from around 6th pick in the drafts back in 2015, his story is very irregular. Well, the big truth about Darren Waller is that he seems to be getting better with time, both physically and mentally. And if what he has done in the last 2 seasons is anything to go by, then even the sky isn't the limit. With that being said, we'll end today's video. What are your thoughts on Darren Waller this season? How far do you think he can take his team and his personal game this season? Let us know your thoughts down in the comments below. Also, don't forget to leave a like on this video, subscribe to the channel if you're new here, and hit that notification bell to ensure you don't miss out on our next video and other videos. Thanks for watching. Until next time, keep safe.